Welcome to God Concept Podcast, episode number 10. We made it to number 10. Man, I just said the countryest shit I ever said out in my life to my grandfather. Man, I had something in my mouth. Pause. I was eating a cookie, right? So I was wondering where my uncle was. So I was like, no. And he knew exactly what the fuck I was saying for some reason. I have no idea. It was like country telekinesis. How you doing? How you doing? Y'all feeling well? Y'all protecting y'all physical, mental, and spiritual energy today? I hope you are, man. Because they out here for it. They looking for it. Want to get a hold of it. Most people would give it up willingly. Others would give it up, with a fight. Bottom line is, man, these energy pirates are out here, bro. And a person that's a friend or enemy will find a way to attack you when you're most vulnerable. For example, we have our own holy trinity, our mental, our physical, and our spiritual. Well, if someone notices you working on your physical, then they'll try to attack you sometimes through your mental. It takes a special person to be able to attack you your spiritual. That takes a special type of love or somebody that you appoint in your life as a religious figure to be able to attack you on your spiritual. Unless someone you love broke your heart or something. But if you're more leaning towards the spiritual or the mental, then they'll start trying to attack your physical. So either way you look at it, you're always going to have that spot of uncertainty. You're always going to have a level of uncertainty. Okay? There's always the constant need for work. There's always constant uncertainties. There's always constant movement. You have to constantly move. You have to consistently do something. You have to consistently work. And you have to consistently remember that there's imperfections in everything that you do. And these imperfections are not supposed to hinder you in any type of way. They're supposed to help you grow. Because when you notice these imperfections in yourself, whether that's something that you're doing or in your personal character, you're supposed to correct that imperfection if you can. If it's most imperfections can be corrected with time, effort, being able to accept that constructive criticism that somebody give you, that a loved one to give you, and things of that nature, man. Yeah. This whole journey has been real deep, man. I'm learning more and more. I'm learning more and more about me, about who I am, about our ancestors, about mythology, folklore, geography, astronomy, logic, rhetoric, grammar, music, mathematics. It's just, it's my charity to myself. And it's my hope that it will make me grow and strengthen myself even more. Because I think logically and reasonably about a lot of things. And the only way to do that if you have a certain mental fortitude. You got to have a certain mental fortitude. You got to have the wisdom, the beauty of wisdom. Yeah, the beauty of having the wisdom. The foresight of seeing things not before they come, but as they come, and knowing how to make that quick decision, that quick flip of the switch, whether you're going to go left, go right, or you're going to duck. Or maybe you're just gonna take flight. You never know. Man, listen, I came out with this song. I gotta even stop what I was talking about. Think about this song, man. I just dropped this song called Free. Listen, it has references to some iconic figures in our society today. I made reference to Louis Farrakhan's album "Let Us Unite" on that single. It's available on all streaming platforms. Please give it a listen. Like, I mean, I'm not like, why am I saying please? I'm doing y'all a favor. To be honest with you, the joint is dope. I mean, listen, the track is fire. It's called Free. I'm packaging it up. I'm making my album now. I don't know what the album title gonna be, but it's turning out that every title on the album is gonna start with an F. Every song is gonna start with an F. I don't know why it's ending up that way, but that's the way it's looking. I don't know what the album gonna be called, the F album. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Maybe I'll just call it the album F. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Or E for effort, right? Either way, man, the track Free is dope. You know what I mean? It's available on all streaming platforms. Go support the music. Man, I had such fun. Listen, the recording process is getting, I'm trying to, get proficient at this craft more and more. The bars are starting to step up. The concepts are starting to step up. The word choice is starting to step up. It's been a long journey. At first with this music thing, I ain't gonna lie. I had a full-time job. I wasn't even taking this music shit serious. I'm not gonna lie. I always been serious. It always been a passion, but I got back into it because my kids were into it. And I always loved music. Like, I would sing along and stuff like that. And I always had a great voice, but I would do other things like write music and things like that. And I would also be like, like when you doing music and you doing hobbies and things like that, you want your squad to be there. You want everybody to be involved. And sometimes everybody's not going to be involved. You know what I mean? Just cause that's what you want to do, everybody might not want to do that. So it's like, yeah, I stopped. I fell off the music thing because I was doing trucking, but I still like to, sing and dive into music and this and that. And then, man, my kids happen to have a passion for it. My daughter, her voice is beautiful, right? And my son, he actually liked to make beats. So I got back into it to try to, teach my daughter something, teach my son something. I gave them both guitars. Well, I gave Autumn a violin, and I gave Mark an acoustic guitar. I have an electronic guitar. But, yeah, man, I also got my niece a violin, too. They both got two different colored violins, but it's cute. But anyway, yeah, man, that's part of why I'm doing it, because when I look, I see them being indulged or influenced by other people's videos and other people's talents, and them doing what they want to do and pursuing what they want to pursue in their life. And I don't want my kids to think that they're confined to just watching this stuff on a YouTube video or on a TikTok or Instagram post. You know what I mean? They got to know that nobody, like, you don't have to wait for anybody to do what you want to do. It just takes you. You just got to get up and go do it. You know what I mean? At times, my daughter, she could lay around a lot and things like that. I try to get her a little bit more active because I had to get active. I had pre-diabetes. I had ketoacidosis. My blood sugar was like damn near 700. The doctor said that if I wouldn't have came in, I would have probably passed out or died. So I had to work myself down and lose a lot of weight and everything. I've been playing the hell out of some Beat Saber. That's my favorite fucking workout. And I walk my dog. I ride my bike. I do sit-ups. I do push-ups. And I got this big-ass kettlebell that I like to lift and fuck with all the time. You know what I mean? So I do my sit-ups, my push-ups. I got my little dumbbells and dumb bars and kettlebells and shit that I use in the house, actually. Pretty much, all in all, my body is good. It's just my stomach, I got a little gut. I don't even give a fuck. I really like my fucking gut. I don't care. Really, I don't. I just want to be in shape so I don't have fucking diabetes anymore, to be honest with you. You know, I'm trying to get rid of that, but I got a problem. I kind of like sugary things. That's my fucking problem. So I got to constantly work out, do something with my time to occupy my body physically so I can make sure that I don't fall back into the same patterns that I did before. Because I could be a glutton. We all could be gluttons at times. And that's another thing that we can discuss real quick, man. Everything is a tool to be used. All the substances, all the drugs out here, all of these are tools that we can use. You just got to know not to abuse it to the point where you can't go back. If you got to go to an AA meeting about a substance, not saying that there's anything wrong with it. If you need a meeting, you need a meeting. But if you can't wean yourself off of a drug without having, some type of supervision or some type of intervention, you shouldn't be indulging in that drug. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I tried many of drugs, probably all of the drugs except for a handful of good, the real crackhead ones. The real cracky ones, I never did those. The cracky and the heroin and all that shit, I never did those. But other than that, I tried it all. Because if you try one, you try them all. A lot of this shit is just a concoction mixed up of everything. So it's like, whatever. No, one thing I would not stop doing. I would not stop smoking weed. It's legal anyway. I never got it while weed was legal. Marijuana never did nothing wrong to me unless I failed the drug test. That was the only time weed ever did anything wrong to me, if it made me fail the drug test. And even then, it was my fault. I should have been prepared for this test. Matter of fact, why am I getting drug tests any fucking way? It's none of your business what I put in my body on my time off. How about that? That's the sick thing, man. This place will really make you conform to what it is they want you to be. By the curriculum, by the extracurricular activity, by the hobbies that's provided by the environments that we're in, by the careers that we choose. Man, they wrangle us, man. They really just put us in a box. And it's funny because the box is so big that you can't see the edges of it, so you really don't know you're in a box. That's the deep part about it. A box that's so big, a box that you're in, a jar that you're in, that's so deep and so vast that even if you travel, you're still in it, but you'll never reach the outer limits of it. That's how deep it is, man. A lot of us, we have to really take account for who we are. You know what I mean? Some of us are chasing things, chasing dreams, chasing inner feelings. Some of us are chasing ancestors. Some of us want to tap with the spiritual side. Some of us want a deeper connection with the mental side. Some of us just want the peak physique. But the whole thing is, whatever it is, whatever tool you use to get you in tune with your spirituality, to get you more deeper into that thought process, or get you that peak physique that you want, you can't let yourself get lost in that. You can't let yourself get lost in the substance or the pursuit of the things that you want, the worldly things what you want. Because some of us, we get wrapped up in this worldly thing. And a lot of us, we only try different things because it's a female we ran into and she's, oh, do you try this or do you want to try this? And females is vice versa. You try new shit because it's a guy you like or something like this and he asks you to try something. Next thing you know, you're hooked on this shit for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? And it's shit like that really stifles what you're trying to do. That really, stagnates a community, a society, an individual in its whole. You know what I mean? It's hard, but we gotta prepare ourselves and really fight against the adversities of everyday life while we're struggling to achieve our goals in our personal life. I just wanted to teach my kids that whatever dream they follow, no matter whether if you got whatever credentials, whether whoever tells you no, whatever the case may be, you're going to be able to get there. You just got to work hard, be dedicated, put some time in, put some effort in, acquire the knowledge and execute. You got to be prepared for the opportunity. You know what I mean? And sometimes the opportunity will never come unless you create it. Yeah, and you can't be afraid to try new things. I heard somebody did this experiments once with themselves, where they said yes to everything. I think it's a movie or something like that. And it actually turned out good for them in a lot of ways. A lot of ways it didn't. I mean, it would be foolish to say yes to completely every opportunity that passed you by or came into your knowledge, like came, learning opportunities. It'd be foolish to take advantage of every opportunity, but at the same time, you can't be afraid to try new things, because that new thing that you try, you might have a niche at it, or you might be good at it, especially if it's a new thing that's tied to something that you already do. You know what I mean? I'm about to try to release a dancehall song. I don't know the title of it, and I don't know the words. I kind of know a little bit of it, but it's something new. With my music, I try new things. With anything I do, I try new things, right? Whether that's music, whether that's comedy, whether that's game streaming, whether that's writing books, I'm always going to try new things. I'm always going to try to be creative, be inventive, be a pioneer, be a trendsetter, be a trailblazer, if you will. Because that's what they put us here for, man. That's the Creator put us here for. To create, to design, to innovate, to cultivate. That's what we're here to do, and I'm going to do my damnedest best to do it. It's like, when it's evident what your calling is, I can't tell you what your calling is personally. But for me personally, I got a great memory. Like, I don't forget pretty much nothing. You know what I mean? I'm bad with names, though. That's my little caveat. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. I don't forget anything. When I was little, I remember watching Soul Train when I was in the crib. Watching Soul Train, dancing to Soul Train. When I was a baby, I remember these things. I remember my Chucky doll being thrown in the basement by me. And then sometimes, like somehow every day it wound up back upstairs and nobody ever had it. I would always ask, who keep putting the Chucky doll up there? Nobody knew who's putting the fucking Chucky doll up there. The Chucky doll's coming upstairs. I was petrified of fucking Chucky. So now you know something else about me. I don't like Chucky that much. I mean, I'm not scared of Chucky now. But when I was younger, trying to get rid of the little damn doll and it kept popping back up in my room, that was a little haphazard. I was a little fucked up about that. But I've been pushed in a certain direction with my life, my whole life. And I never took advantage of it because I always got tied up in other people and other situations. In fact, I even got tied up with helping people because I help people to my own detriment. You know what I mean? It's good to help people and be there for somebody, but I'm the type, I have that God love. Like, I'll love you unconditionally. You know what I mean? As long as you love me, I'm going to love you unconditional. And even if you don't love me, I'm still going to love you. You know what I mean? Even people, they might think that I hate them, or they might think that I'm their enemy or whatever. I don't know how somebody could conceive something like that. But even to those people, I don't hate them. I love them. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm not going to forget. I don't forgive and forget. You know what I mean? Like the old show used to come on the CW. Forgive and forget. You're not supposed to forget. Because you forget, these persons are going to pull the wool over your eyes again. You know what I mean? You're supposed to learn the lesson. The lessons comes from the Creator in that situation that you got into. And you learn the lessons. That way you don't repeat it again. So, you know what I mean? You just got to be careful. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, with helping people to your detriment. Because you'll be such a giving person and such a generous person that people will take advantage of that. I'm not ashamed to admit I've been taken advantage of numerous times. I mean, on all types of levels. I mean, shit that I really can't even get into. By friends, family, you know what I mean? By, somebody that I just met in passing and we're, you know what I mean? Cultivating something, a relationship or something, and then next thing you know, I'm left blown in the wind because I tried to help somebody out, or I was given you know what I mean? It was times where I almost got set up going to have one-night stands with women. Like just having a one-night stand, a casual one-night stand. Next thing you know, I almost got set up. But the thing is, I fucked her so good that they didn't set me up. They wound up going through with it. I mean, I fucked the shit out of this girl. I made her levitate about 2 or 3 times. I ate her pussy. I came about 6 times. I know she came. Oh my God. It was crazy. Anyway, I fucked myself out of a setup. I dicked her down that good. I fucked myself out of a setup. So you just got to be mindful of the people and places and things that you're around because, they will try to steal your energy. And you got to be careful with that because you can help somebody to your own detriment. And sometimes you won't even notice it because you're so enamored with this person. You're so, engulfed in whatever relationship you have. You love this person. You love fucking them. They do something to you. They make you go woo, woo, woo. Can you go woo, woo, woo? They make you go woo, woo, woo. Once they make you go woo, 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 that's it. You know what I mean? You just gotta be careful with that. That whole situation is tricky. The love thing is tricky because you gotta have love for everybody. You don't want to die with hatred in your heart. But at the same time, you don't want to help nobody out to your detriment, and you don't want to have nobody attached to you that can hinder you achieving your goals. And then on top of that, you want a companion. You want somebody in your corner to be there for you, to see your achievements, to congratulate when it's time for congratulating. And vice versa. You want to congratulate them when they need congratulating. You know what I mean? All of us yearn for that. It's companionship. I'm a man personally, so I don't desire a male companion. I desire a woman companion. I believe that we all got a soulmate out there. You know what I mean? And if I got a soulmate out there, I think she waited a little bit too fucking long because it's like you getting up in age and it's like, all right, at a point in time, it's like, when do we actually find that significant other that we're supposed to be with, that we're supposed to cultivate with? And if they're out there, it's like, is it ever too late to keep, to continue cultivating? Or do they supposed to just come in and swoop in as you're cultivating already? Or vice versa, you're supposed to swoop in as they're cultivating and just tag along for their ride, right? You know what I mean? I don't know what the key is. I don't know what the goal is. I mean, all I know is what I have in me. I have a drive in me, I have a fire in me, and I have a calling in me that I have to follow. Even by doing these podcasts, it helps me with my daily writing, my daily speaking, my daily songwriting and book writing and song singing, in general. It helps me get more fluent with my speech because truth be told, I don't have many conversations with people like this. The only time I do have conversations like this is when it's a close friend of mine. If it's a close friend of mine who shall remain nameless because it's a podcast and I don't put nobody out there. I don't do that. But, I only got a few of those friends that I can have long, deep, spirited, thought-provoking conversations. You don't have many people in your life you can have those conversations with. That's why I'm here. Honestly, if I can't have those conversations with anybody other than me and my immediate friends or my immediate circle, then I might as well have these conversations with the world, right? This is the God concept. This is why I put it out there, because the God's concept isn't just a duality. It's a triality. It's your personal trinity. It's you seeing things from the aspect, from a worldly aspect and a spiritual aspect and a mental aspect, because the worldly aspect is tied to the physical. The mental aspect, of course, is tied to the mind. You know what I mean? The manifestation part is tied to the mind, the mental. And the spiritual is connected, of course, to that spiritual, to the ancestors and to the every living, breathing thing out here is attached to your spirit, spiritual. Even the living, breathing things that you cannot see. You know, we just got to be more aware. We got to be more conscientious of the things we do and how we do them. And we also got to be aware that every day you wake up, it's a new agenda. It's the agenda that someone gave you, and then there's the agenda that you give yourself. You know, I'm goal-oriented, and I like to do a good job whenever I'm doing something. But the thing is, to me, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, you can't follow anybody else's agenda more than you follow your own. See, the great thing about having your own agenda is you could schedule your agenda however you want. You could schedule your agenda around somebody else's agenda. Shit, you could schedule your agenda in the middle of somebody's agenda. You could be doing what they, you know what I mean, what they want you to do while you're doing what you want to do, if you're able to do that. If you're able to multitask and juggle agendas and things that you got to do like that. Because you got to have that set schedule. You got to have that set agenda. I mean, I'm not good with it. Things come spontaneous to me. But what I do is, instead of having a set agenda and to make it more spontaneous for my benefit, is I know exactly what I have to do every day. I just pick my own times during the day to do it. So it'll just be a spontaneous moment where I'll be like, well, let me start doing this. Let me do a little writing. Well, let me do a little podcast recording. You know what I mean? Well, let me record this song because I just thought of a fire verse, or, you know what I mean, a fire hook. Let me record that and put it down, or let me write that down. You know what I mean? Let me do a little game stream real quick to see if I could finally get that working right. You know what I mean? All these things is, you know, I know exactly, let me work out. Let me do this, let me do that. It's because I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I have to do. The thing is, I just have to be spontaneous in me doing it. And the thing is, not letting outside influence me doing what I have to do in my agenda for the things that I have to do on a daily basis. See, that's the key right there, because you got certain obstacles and people or whatever that'll be put in your way just to stop you from meeting that quota or getting that agenda done. You know, getting that job well done. Might not seem much right now, but one day you'll understand that it's very strategic the way people do things. Like, let's say, for instance, if you're a great ball player and you got a girlfriend, sometimes your girlfriend will try to stop you from going to play ball or try to discourage you from doing this or doing that because she'd rather have you there screwing her. But that's not really what it is about. There's always something going on subconsciously. Sometimes they're not even aware of their actions. What they're actually doing is being fed the desire to want to screw you while you're being fed the desire to follow your dreams or follow your passion and use your talents. So they're an operative to stop you from doing that in a way. Now it's up to you to have the strength to say, no, babe, I ain't getting none of that pussy right now. I got to go work out, or I got to go up here for practice, or whatever it is may be. Now, when you say that going against what her subconscious is telling her to have you do, she's looking at you angrily. She's looking at you upset, knowing that this is your schedule. This is what you do. This is what I do. I go play ball every day around this time of such. But yeah, and still, she's just upset. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's out of the ordinary? I do this all the time. That's because subconsciously, you're not appeasing something in her subconsciously, and that's triggering her. You see what I mean? It's a deep psychological thing to really get the point of what I'm trying to say to you guys. You have to have the mental fortitude in order to get anything that you want to get done accomplished. You have to have a level of mental fortitude that is out of this world. You have to be your own biggest critic. Because at times, the things that you've done in your life or the things that you've seen or experienced in your life will come back to haunt you. And they will do it in your mind. Even if it's not in person, in your mind, it will come back and haunt you. And the only way you can get through that is with a certain level of mental fortitude. A certain level of, I am that I am. Because a lot of times we go through these situations and we go through life and things happen and we're not in control of that 100%. We're not in control of these things 100%. Somebody else may not be in control of it 100%. But it's always known. Something's always afoot. Something's always going on. There's always some type of shenanigans going on. So it'll let you know when you add it up. Because I can't add up your mathematics, if you understand what I'm saying. I only can add up the mathematics that I'm looking at. But if you add it up, it always seemed like it was intentional for someone to do a certain thing or this to happen a certain way for you to either get there or not. For you to stand right where you are, or whether you're going to get across the street to that destination, to that outlet that you're trying to get to. Sometimes it's systematic, man. You got to be aware, you got to be in tune, and you have to be enlightened. And understand that a wise man really know nothing at all. You know what I mean? If he's really wise, he's going to listen more than he talks. I listen more than I talk. Except for on this podcast, because I'm the only one talking. So I don't got nobody to listen to. Nobody does this with me. Let me tell y'all guys again. Did y'all know I'm doing this shit solo? Like solo dolo from the elbow joint? Like seriously. Like I'm here, I'm trying to help out my grandparents. You know, I'm here. Not only that, they're helping me out in a tremendous way because I'm going through a crazy thing with my estranged wife, soon to be ex-wife. You know, she had a baby outside of our marriage, and she was cheating on me for a while. So we went through that, and you know, I had crazy thoughts. I didn't know what to do. Didn't think about doing anything to her or my kids. I thought about doing things to myself that I regret thinking because I'm that passionate. I'm that deep of a person that if I love you, you know what I mean? Especially somebody like my wife of 10, 15 years, to have something like that happen after I've just had a brother kill himself, commit suicide, after I've been diagnosed with ketoacidosis, diabetes, pre-diabetes or whatever, then to have my wife just up and run off and leave me in the house with just me and my dog and take my kids somewhere. That hurts. Then to play naive and to actually get the information that she's cheating and yes, she's having this baby and everything while you're at work, driving a bus. Do you know the type of nervous breakdown? You know the mental, like, it hurts, man. That hurts, and I don't know if anybody out there ever been through these type of situations. I'm tripping. Everybody been through this shit, and if you haven't, please don't ever go through it. Make sure that you and that person that you lock in with is really locked in with you, man. And sometimes it could be deceiving. Sometimes you could think that person is really locked in with you, but they really not. And it'll fuck your life up. It'll fuck your life up because then you have to you have to start over. But fortunately for me, I have the wherewithal to take a negative and turn it into a positive. Because I took time that I was away from my kids and my estranged wife and the family life and the job and all of that stuff. I took that time to help my grandparents, continue to help my grandparents, because I always have. I took that time to become an author and a publisher of my own recognizance. I've taken that time to become a producer and an artist, a musician, and join a record label. I started this podcast on Spotify, and my music is playing all over Spotify and all over other streaming platforms. I'm truly blessed. I'm not a rich man. I don't have much. But the things I do have, I work hard for. I have 2 books on Amazon, Kindle App Store. If you have a phone in your pocket, you basically got me in your pocket. You got my music there, you got my books, you got my game streams, you got my podcasts. I'm in your pocket. I got a new book that I'm writing and I'm trying to come out with before August 20th, which is my birthday, called Moonlit Marshes, about a guy trying to escape Louisiana. It's about making these moves, man, and just putting yourself in position. And even if you're not in position, once again, put yourself in fucking position. You don't need nobody to tell you what you can and can't do. You don't gotta call nobody, how much no, just do your due diligence. Seriously, man, do your due diligence. Get it. Build your shit. Cause anything you work in a career, build your shit. I don't even care if you got a job. You got a job, God bless you. You know what I mean? Build your shit, though. Even if you got a job, build your shit. It's a lot of people out here with jobs and they still doing their thing and they making something so they won't have to work for the rest of their life. Or if something, God forbid, something happened at their job and they got to close down, or God forbid something happened with your family, you lose your job or something, you still financially able to take care of everything that you have to take care of. You're still able to take care of yourself and your family and everything. That's why God give us these blessings and these talents and these abilities, so we won't have to rely on a system to take care of us. Even if you're working within that system and you're not on welfare, you're still relying on that system to take care of you, because you're trading valuable time out of your life that you could have been perfecting a craft, perfecting an art craft, of perfecting a talent that the Creator blessed you with. And you're squandering that time away for money that man made, instead of using what God gave you in order so men could give you riches. The men who are philosophers and things like that, people flock to them and lay gifts at their feet. I'm out on that one. This has been CoNcEpT, episode number 10. Stay tuned for my commercial breaks. Y'all have a blessed one. Hey, real quick, guys. This is Mr. Pagan here. Just want to let y'all know that I have books available on Amazon, Kindle, bookstores on your phones. I got 2 great titles available and a 3rd one coming soon. My philosophy is, if you got a smartphone or a smart device, you already got my book in your hands. It's free for download if you got Kindle Unlimited, and it's $5 otherwise. For One Leap of Faith is $5, and for my book Morals and Values is $5.25. Both of them are packed with insightful information on morals and values, and One Leap of Faith is to push you to get on your grind for your goals. You know what I mean? 2 powerful books. I got a thriller coming up called Moonlit Marshes, with a character. The protagonist is Marshall Cutts, and he's trying to get his way. He's trying to find his way out of Louisiana without getting himself hurt or killed or something. It's a great suspenseful book. Please check it out. It's going to be on Amazon Kindle store. Remember, both these books are available for free. One Leap of Faith and Morals and Value. If you got Kindle Unlimited, they're available for free. And also, don't forget to check out my game stream on YouTube, Gaming, Vaping, Guns. And on Twitch, I'm GVG215. All right? And also, my music streams on all streaming platforms. Whether you got Apple, it's there. Whether you got Tidal, guess what? It's there. You listen on Spotify? Yeah, I'm on Spotify. This podcast is actually on Spotify, also the music. So yeah, we well-rounded. Everything that I'm doing is complementing each other. So please support the movement, support my brand, support the positive energy that I'm putting out there. And you guys be blessed. May peace be with you.